kick off today's very special all NFL episode, I need to get a few things off my chest to start it off. So, the following people, let me holler at you real quick. First, Antonio Brown. Sir, you are too cold, too raw, too much of an exciting part of the game for everything other than your stats to pop up when you are Googled. Now you're becoming a punchline. I mean, first it was the helmet gate. Now you cussing out and threatening your GM. Please just stay focused on the job you were hired to do, because other than that, I'm not finna play with you. Up next, who do you think you are, Dakota Prescott? I know you did not turn down a contract to put you as the sixth highest paid quarterback in the league. And before you even start with it was the guaranteed money. Oh, word? Can you guarantee accurate passes? Can you guarantee a deep ball to Amari at least once a game? Or how about a playoff win to at least put you at 500? So far, the answer to all three is no. Yet you're turning your nose up to 30 mil? Boy, I'm not finna play with you. Now for these sorry so-and-sos. Y'all are the worst type of people, honestly. Let me be very clear. No matter how many jerseys or tickets you buy or how many millions he makes, Andrew Luck does not owe you anything. I mean, this man almost lost a kidney, but y'all concerned about fantasy and season stats. Y'all didn't boo the O-line that was allowing him to get slammed like he was on WWE SmackDown. So what y'all expect this man to do? You need to grow up, you insensitive jerks. To all of you Colts fans that booed, I am not playing with you. Lastly, I need those who were inspired by a new viral sensation, the coldest to ever do it, Crawford. And I love the creativity of my people. I mean, speak greatness over your child, okay? But what we're not about to have is a trend of naming our babies like the old XFL players. And not just because it puts unnecessary pressure on that child, but it sets them up to be what? Boom roasted for any and everything. Don't let them get a bad test grade. Now is he the dumbest? Not a good reader? Ooh, they the slowest. It could even be so small as tripping in the hallway and it's, boy, you the goofiest. So it's never ending. So do your child a favor and channel that creativity elsewhere, because listen, parents of 2020, I'm not finna play with you. Everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the I Ain't Playin podcast, where we discuss, debate, laugh, and relate about all things sports. But in today's special episode, it's all things football. I am your host, your girl, Monty P, aka the Cheesehead, and I will be coming to you every week, giving you my take on the good, the bad, the ugly, and the funny of all that happened in the sports world. But today I wanted to give you just a little taste of what the show is going to be like since the NFL kicked off its 100th season, September 5th, Thursday, with the Packers taking on the Bears. So I had to, of course, as the cheesehead that I am, bless y'all with a little take of what I felt during that game. Spoiler alert, we won, but I have broken it down into different segments. So, if you're anything like me, you watch the games, you keep up with the news, you see things that are some head scratchers, like what is going on in the front office, what's the organization thinking. Had they had me, things would be a little different. So you say to yourself, put me in, coach. Let's get into it. Now, one of the things that really baffled me this year so far was that there were 4 quarterbacks who took 0 snaps during preseason. Now, maybe this is something that has been going on, but I've never paid attention, because this year, one of those quarterbacks was Aaron Rodgers. And I get that preseason is kind of that last bit of tryouts for those players who might be on the cusp of not making the 53-man roster. So we got to see if they can actually perform and who's better than whom. I get that. And I get that Aaron Rodgers is not on the brink of not making the team. Neither was Jared Goff, neither was Carson Wentz, neither was Phillip Rivers. So I do understand that aspect of it. But every other quarterback that's not on the brink still got a couple of snaps in. Now, maybe with Jared Goff, maybe that was a contract thing. Carson Wentz, maybe a health thing. Phillip Rivers, he's been playing since Nam, so maybe that is a preseason pass is included in there somewhere. But Aaron, like, we all know Aaron does not like to get hit. No, neither does any other quarterback. We get that. That's what the O-line is for. But I feel like Aaron, you needed to get a little bit touched. Okay, you needed to have someone from another team that's not on your team. This is not training camp. This is not a joint practice. This is an actual game where the other team has players who are coming to take you down because that is their job. And they are trying to show that they can do that job so that they can make the team. So, Aaron, I felt like you needed to be in the mix there. Like, you needed to get a rhythm. You know, this isn't because I just wanted to see my starters play during preseason to get me back in the mood. No, I need Aaron at top notch. Everybody wants their players at top notch, especially their star player. So whatever it takes to get back into that rhythm, because it's been months on months since you've actually played an NFL game. And I feel like it kind of showed in the season opener against the Bears because it took the offense a while to get into rhythm. And really, it still lagged. Now, maybe that wasn't because of the no preseason snaps. Maybe that would have happened regardless. But since we don't know, I'm going to blame it on that. And if I had been coach, if I had been in there, if I had been in that locker room, in that organization, no, he wouldn't have played in that overseas game where the field was horrendous. But he would have played 10 snaps, my G. You can take a couple of snaps, not risk your health, and still get back into the mojo of what it's like to play an actual football game against another competitive team. I feel like it's necessary. So, you know, I'm going to give him a call. I'm going to call up Ted. Be like, hey, y'all tried it this year, but next year, Aaron's going to be on that field during preseason. Just has to. 10 snaps. Now next, we have the Cowboys organization and Zeke Elliott. Now, finally, thank God, Jerry, you listened and you paid that man. He's arguably top running back in the league. According to you and your organization, he should be number one in y'all's books. Y'all should not be putting a Todd Gurley or an Alvin Kamara or Saquon Barkley or anybody else above your running back, Ezekiel Elliott. So, if that's the case, and you know that running backs take abuse pretty much every time they touch the ball, especially more than a lot of other players, pay this man so that he can be for your organization what you need him to be for your organization, because as we have already glanced over, your boy Dak can't carry the team on his back. So you need Zeke to carry that load. You need him to help out with old Mr. Inconsistency over there. So I don't even know why y'all was trying to play with him, And I know some of you may be thinking, he should have still been at practice. He didn't need to be in Mexico. Whoop-de-woo. And I get it. But at the same time, we know Jerry. And we know Jerry's about his money. So would Zeke have been able to keep his foot on their throat to say, that ain't good enough, that ain't good enough, that ain't good enough, pay me my money? No, not if he was at practice each time. Not if they felt like they still had him reeled in to where they could do and say whatever they want. No, you had to let them know, look, if you want me, you have to pay me. And finally they did. Now all that in between, all them antics with the Zeke who, y'all lucky. Because if it had been me, it would have been deuces. Nah, I can't say that because I want my money. So... But it got disrespectful there for a while. And Jerry's lucky that Zeke, he's about the team. He wants to be a Cowboy. All he wanted was to get paid what he's worth. So I'm glad y'all finally did that. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully Zeke lives up to it, which I think he can. Now there is that clause though, brother Zeke. You're going to have to chill out off the field. All them other antics, all that other mess that you keep getting into, distractions, trouble, it's time to cut that out, because if not, They gonna void that guaranteed money on you. And then all this would have been for nothing. So congratulations to you, Zeke. Thank you, Jerry, for, wasting everybody's time and waiting till the 99th hour to do it, but you did it, and much success. I hope it works out for y'all. Had it been me, I would have paid that man weeks ago. He would have been on the practice field. He would have been gelling with the team. But, they ain't put me in, so. Now, lastly, I want to talk about these new young coaches in the league. Like, I get excited about this because I'm all about creativity and innovation. And with that comes the expectation, for me at least, for some razzle dazzle. I am here for it. I am always about the juice. Take me there. Let's go there. I want to go there to a brand new place. And we can't do that if we keep getting the same old, boring, dusty play calling from the same old coaches. And I get it, they don't want to reinvent the wheel. They don't want to shake things up. But guess what? With the success of McVay last year in LA, taking his team to the Super Bowl, with the success of Kyle Shanahan that we've seen already, now we have Cliff Kingsbury, now we have Matt LaFleur, and it's only going to keep going from there because these players are coming in with a brand new athleticism that we haven't seen before because the bar keeps getting raised. Obviously, that's what happens. And with that, you can't use the same old and expect different results. Like, we're going to run it on first down, play option on second, pass on third. If we convert, do it again. If not, we punt. Like, ain't nobody trying to see that. We want to see how you can utilize the skills of these new players, the athleticism of these new players in a safe and healthy way, because I do understand there's going to be penalties, there's going to be flags, because these players have to get back to their families and be a part of their families. There's life after football. Not trying to put them in danger. There's a way to do it safely and still give us the old razzle dazzle, Like, we're already expecting that from Baker Mayfield with OBJ and Jarvis Landry. Why? Because we know what OBJ and Jarvis are capable of. We know that Baker Mayfield is a fired up player. So now that he has those tools that he can use, boy, he finna use them. Or he better, at least that's the expectation. We want that from every team in the league. But we can't do that if we have same old. And it can be from the defenses too. I'm not trying to exclude the defenses. You can give us some razzle dazzle too. It ain't just about explosive offenses, although that's my jam. But something fresh. Like I said, innovative, creative, different. Because that's how you get different results. Now, the only people that this doesn't apply to is the Patriots. This does not apply to you, Bill Belichick, because we understand your system is infallible. Like, you can plug my cousin Eddie up in there, and y'all gonna have success. He gonna be a top player, fantasy points out the wazoo, whatever. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking to everybody else who's trying to get to that level. Gotta do things you've never done in order to get things you never had. Come on now. There's different, you gotta roll with the punches, keep up with the times. And so, new, younger coaches, I'm expecting you to give us, don't get sucked in to that same old. Show them why you skipped the line. Show them why you don't have to be a part of the gray hair man's club in order to be a head coach anymore. Open up this opportunity for all the other young coaches that are trying to come in with the razzle dazzle, because that's what we want to see, boy. That's what I want to see. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but put me in. Let me be a consultation. I'm going to tell you what, that ain't razzle enough, that ain't dazzle enough. We're going to see, though. I'm expecting some great things this year. So there's been one game in the NFL Week 1 so far, and it was a game where my Green Bay Packers got the W in Soldier Field against them sorry Chicago Bears to kick off their 100th season, to kick off the NFL's 100th season. It was a glorious day. And what's even more great about that is that we held the Bears to 3 points the entire game. They did not score past the first quarter. Let me repeat that. We held a team to 3 points the whole game. Like, it's been a while since I've been able to say that our defense was that dominant, and I am so pumped up because that is what we've needed. We've needed someone to keep Aaron on the field, to keep the other offense off the field, but also to not have us keep coming from behind and trying to make Aaron just do the most impossible, impeccable things. I mean, he's totally capable, but this time it was our defense that gave us that razzle-dazzle. So Mike Pettin, hats off to you, my guy. Thank you. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. Keep going with it. You know, I could feel the energy from the defense. They were excited. We even let Trubisky make it because we could have just demolished his stats for the whole season. But, you know, we dropped a couple of picks, you know, and we let them make it, but we still got the job done. And I'm so excited. Now, we did get off the field defensively and put the offense back on the field. And when the offense got back on the field, there isn't much that they did with it. Now, like I said, I'm going to blame that on the 0 preseason snaps. I'm going to blame that on Aaron being out of rhythm. But, you know, whatever. I ain't tripping off of it. We still got the W. And also, you know, I come from the thinking of the RELAX. You know, the great Aaron Rodgers told us that, you know, this isn't indicative of how our offense is going to play all year long. You know, we didn't see anything from Devontae Adams. We didn't see anything from Geronimo Allison. And you can bet your bottom dollar that you will hear those names. You will see those names. If you have them on your fantasy, you will get them points because they are going to do great things. But it was nice to see Jimmy Graham in the mix, you know, making it do what it do. Now, on the other side of the ball, was y'all scared? Did y'all have flashbacks of last year's season opener when y'all were up 20-3 in the third quarter and thought y'all had it, and then Aaron does what Aaron does and came back and snatched that W from y'all, you know? Because, I mean, it's not like I was expecting y'all to beat us ever, but I thought it was just going to be a little more competitive than that. I thought it was going to be something more. And it could be that our defense was just that dominant. You know, let me not take away from us. But first and 40, like, y'all can at least get out your own way, you know, or not. Trust me, it touches a sweet spot in my soul when we beat the Bears. So I'm not tripping off of none of it. However we win, we win. At the end of the day, a dub is a dub and an L is an L, and y'all got to hold that. Y'all got to go down 0-1 in your own field. Oh, it's so wonderful. But, you know, there are things to come in the season, so y'all going to have to get it together, get short-term memory if y'all still stuck on what was, and we'll see y'all again at the end of the year, you know. We'll beat y'all again at the end of the year, basically. So, you know, I'm all smiles. Victory Friday, victory Saturday, victory Sunday, victory Monday, victory Tuesday. It's just victory week. You know, we just gonna ride it out and be excited because it's the week 1. All the other teams playing, good luck to you. I hope y'all, I wish I could give you this feeling. I wish I could give you this feeling because, you know, I'm already sitting on the dubs, so. But no, it's finally good to be kicked off, even though it wasn't quite the game that I wanted to see. It was the outcome that I wanted to see. And that's all that matters. So we'll see what happens. I'll be back on Wednesday to recap what happens in the games coming up this weekend. We're going to keep it rolling. So one of the things I wanted to make sure I do with every single episode is to highlight a team in the DFW that either needs our help or is being a help to the community. Because I remember for me, youth athletics and competitive sports was such a vital part of my childhood memories. Some of my best friends were made during those times, and I just don't want any child to be robbed of that opportunity because their parents can't afford it, because fortunately for me, I had parents who, they may have scrimped and scrounged, but they made it happen for me. So if I can pass that blessing along to another team, or highlight a team that is being a beacon, that is giving back, that is shining a light, a positive light on their community, I want to make sure I highlight that, because it's important, because these are our babies. So I was looking, and I did see that for the Cedar Crest Comets, back in August, their community center closed. So it caused the Pee Wee team to be lacking with their equipment and jerseys and things. And just the babies. So I reached out to them. You can also do so on Facebook, Cedar Crest Comets. Last I checked, towards their 20,000 goal, they were at 12,000. So DFW, please stand up if you can help, or if you know who to reach out to so that they can help, so that these babies don't have to suffer or to be lacking or embarrassed, because, you know, we want to put on for the city. We want them to feel loved. We want them to feel like they belong and part of the community, and this is how we can help. Now, also, I'm going to need your help. So if you know of any teams, please feel free to reach out to me in the comments below. Email me, message me, so that I can research and I can possibly go help out and do what I can, because I care about the children, I care about the community, and I want to make sure that we do what we can to help the babies. So in keeping with the name of the show, I wanted to end every episode with a small rant where I let y'all know what I ain't playing about this week. So, rolling right into it. New Orleans Saints fans, I need y'all's full, undivided attention. I don't want to hear about last season's playoff game. I get it. What happened to y'all was messed up. That was one of the worst calls I've ever seen in football. Absolutely, or non-call or whatever. But I want to tell you this. I want you to look at me real good. Y'all got the ball first in OT. Y'all had a chance to win the game. All this, we got robbed, we could have won the game. Y'all had a chance. Y'all had the game in y'all's hand. All y'all had to do was score a touchdown. And you didn't do that. So, I'm sorry. Am I confused about the rules of the game? Like, when there's still time on the clock, can the game be finalized? I mean, in certain situations, yes, but in y'all's situation, no. There was still time. There was still an opportunity. Y'all could have still won the game. It was on y'all, and y'all dropped the ball in OT. I don't want to hear it. Yes, that call would have changed the course of the game. I get that. But y'all got a redemption. And you blew it. And you got to own up to that. Because every coach will tell you games are not won or lost on one play. Now, that one play for y'all was devastating. Again, egregious, awful, terrible. Totally was a game changer. But you got a redemption. I don't know how else to say it. Y'all sound, as much as y'all talk about the Cowboys, y'all sound like Cowboys fans from back in the day when Dez caught it. Dez did catch it. I will admit that. As a Packers fan, I will admit that. But there were still 4.5 minutes left in that game. Aaron Rodgers had 1.5 legs that he was working with. The Cowboys went into the half with a lead. Same like y'all Saints last year. Y'all were dominating. Y'all let them come back and be within a score to take it to OT to do that. So I don't want to hear it. And again, y'all still got the ball. Now, it ain't like y'all was us against them Seattle Seahawks when we had the replacement refs and it was the absolute last play of the game, no time left on the clock, and it was called an interception and it was called a touchdown. And it ended up being ruled a touchdown for Seattle. And I don't know how, because we came up with the ball, and it's supposed to be the person who comes up with the ball that gets the call. And we were supposed to be have picked that ball off. And there was zero time. There was no review. There was nothing that we can do. We didn't get a redemption. So I don't want to hear it from y'all. Let go and let the football gods. It's a new season. If y'all really that good, if y'all really that about it, y'all will be back. And y'all will have a chance to win it again. They done changed the rules for y'all. You can now review. You can now challenge a flag. So, what's going to be y'all excuse when y'all ain't in the Super Bowl this year? All I know is I don't want to hear about last year and that playoff game no more. And when I say that, I ain't playing. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe below. I really appreciate it. Make sure you leave some comments. Give me some feedback. Let's discuss, let's debate, let's laugh, let's relate, because that's what the show was made for. But keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my Alright, y'all keep it cheesy. Go Pack Go, and I'll see you next week.
I think we woke Sean up out the dead. Yeah.